Hi everyone, this is Cheryl McQueen, guest designer with Bello's Designs. Today I just want to show you a very quick little tip that I found while I was working on a project the other day. I have found that sometimes I can't get my stamps lined up exactly the way that I want to. Now it's wonderful when we have clear stamps that are in great shape, but unfortunately sometimes I don't clean my stamps up like I should. I've gotten better about that. But so my stamps get get dirty and stained. So you can use this with clear stamps, or I also have some of the rubber stamps that I have in my collection. And especially with the words, I've found that the sticker on the top doesn't necessarily line up perfectly with the words that are on the back side. So what I have found out is that I've got a way that I can go ahead and experiment with where I want the words to be without having to worry about messing up my background that I've already started. So with this particular one, I would like to place it right about there. Now, because it's got words that I obviously want to be straight across, and I don't know that they're necessarily going to do that, I came up with a little trick that I think works great. So I've taken a piece of vellum and I'm going to lay it across the space where I'm going to want to lay my stamp in. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of pieces of painter's tape and we'll just tape that down so that it doesn't wiggle. Even though I've got a sticky grid sheet, this just gives it a little bit of extra. So now I've got my vellum over my design. So I'm going to place my stamp where I think I'm going to want it to be, and where I think that it looks like it will probably be pretty straight across. Now with my stamps like this, sometimes they stick to my stamping board platform pretty well and sometimes they don't. So I like to just be a little bit secure and put a tiny little piece of tape there so that I'm sure it won't wiggle around. So I close it up, and like I would normally do, I go ahead and stamp up the ink on my stamp. Alright, so then I can now go ahead and stamp where I think I would like for it to be. And take a look. So when I'm looking at that, it's fairly straight, but just a little bit off as far as I looking at it. I think I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my stamp, and what I want is for the right hand side to come up just a very teeny tiny little bit. So I'm going to take that and just move it a little bit, hoping that that's now going to put that where I want it. So now what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and pick up my piece of vellum and move it over just a little bit so that I can do another impression. Ink up my stamp again. And try again. And when I look at that one, I'm a little happier with it. I feel like it's a little bit straighter. So then, all I have to do is remove my vellum. re-ink up my stamp. And now I'm ready for my final stamping to get it exactly where I'd like for it to be. There we go. And when I lift it up, I find that that's exactly where I wanted it to be. So the great thing about my stamping platform is that it has a side for rubber stamps, you can see up there, and a side for clear stamps. So I don't know if all stamping platforms have that ability to flip the plate over, but that's why I am so happy with being able to go ahead and use my older rubber stamps with my projects on this particular platform, and then I can do this technique where I can test out how my stamps will look. Again, you can also do it with your clear ones. If you would like to make sure that you've got the alignment, you can cut your vellum sheet to be any size that you want and place it anywhere that you like on your design. And then this just helps you to get a little bit of a better look of exactly where you want the stamp to be on your design. I did not show you how I made the entire card, but in case you're interested, I did use broken china, Savage patina, and carved pumpkin in my background. I just sprayed those down onto my glass surface and turned the cardstock upside down, smooshed it around to get the background created. Then I used the Lavinia Dandelions LAV 166 stamp and the Lavinia Orchard Grass LAV 672. I hope that you find this tip to be helpful to you. And if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you out with the answers and see if we can create beautiful things together in the future. Have a wonderful day.